Hello, hello. Hope everyone is doing well this evening. Sorry, I'm not on camera this evening. Um, we have a little boy we're going to be discussing. His name is Ryan Davis, known as RJ. And we'll start with the article. Here in the middle is Ryan, and this is his mother, Kimberly, and his stepfather, George. I know in this article it does say father, but it is stepfather. Pardon me. The parents of a missing 12-year-old boy who was reported missing nearly a week ago in Chickasha are now booked into Caddo County Jail. On Tuesday, the Oklahoma Highway Patrol issued an endangered missing advisory for Ryan R.J. Davis, who also goes by Ryker Cole. He was last seen around 11:20 p.m. January 2nd on foot at 4th Street and East Grand Avenue near the Quality Inn. On Wednesday, the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation announced that it had joined the investigation into the 12-year-old boy's suspicious disappearance. When it gets to a point where it's multiple days and we're still not sure where the boy has gone, it's suspicious, said Hunter McKee, OSBI's public information officer. The father, which is stepfather, George Cole, was booked into jail around midnight, while the boy's mother, Kimberly Cole, was booked around 10 p.m. Wednesday. OSBI officials said the two were arrested on multiple child abuse and child SA complaints, saying there was apparent harm done. Davis was wearing a red and black plaid shirt, dark colored jeans, and brown steel-toed boots. He's 4 feet 11 inches tall, weighs 85 pounds, and has brown hair and brown eyes. KOCO5 spoke with Davis's parents on Wednesday as they pleaded for their son's return. I want to thank everybody that has helped and anybody that wants to continue to help. It needs and wanted. It's needed and wanted. We just want our son back home. We want him back, Kim Cole said. Authorities say they believe Davis is alive and law enforcement is following leads. Anyone with information about Ryan, his location is asked to call 911 or contact the OSBI tip line at tips@osbi.ok.gov or 1-800-522-8017. And you can also call the local police department at 405-222-6050. I want to, hi everybody coming in. Sorry, I was busy reading. Next, I'm going to play the news conference that was held today.
Hunter McKee. I'm the Public Information Manager with the OSBI. I have the Chief of Police with the Chickasha Police Department, as well as the Assistant Chief too, as we've been working on this in a collaborative effort to locate this 12-year-old boy. What I can tell you is the latest we have is that we are still searching for him at this time. He has not been found. We are still receiving several tips. We are still following up on those tips. But the boy has not been found. We do believe that he is still alive at this time, and so we're doing everything we can to locate him. The other update we have, since we had last spoke yesterday, is that as this investigation continued, the OSBI made contact with the 12-year-old boy's parents, that is his biological mother and his stepfather. During the conversation with them, it was learned that there was apparent harm done to this child while he was living with these two parents. Based on everything that we were able to gather, based on search warrants that we conducted, and that's multi-jurisdictional agencies that were involved in those, we came to the conclusion that both parents were arrested on child abuse complaints, multiple child abuse complaints as we move forward with this investigation. And so those two parents, as of late last night, were booked into the Caddo County Jail, where they will be at this time. Official charges, of course, will go through the District 6 District Attorney's Office as we move forward with that. What I can say from the OSBI standpoint is when the Chickasha Police Department requested us to look into this case, not only was it important for us to locate this child safely, but we also needed to look into the entire aspect of this case and find out why is this child missing from the very beginning for multiple days, what's going on and what's going on with his home life, you know, as well as we kind of dig deep and find out a little bit more into what has caused this. And based on those findings, it was important for us to talk to his parents, find out a little bit more about what was going on at home during that time. And as we looked into it, making sure that when this child is safe, that he stays safe and that he goes home to a safe environment moving forward was very important for us. And it was deemed that it was not a safe environment for him. So that's why these two parents are behind bars at this time. We are encouraging people. We understand there's been a lot of Facebook posts and comments about the boy has been seen here and there. We've followed up on all of those so far. What we can still say is that the last time that this 12-year-old boy was confirmed seen was that January 2nd date here in Chickasha. So we are still encouraging people, please reach out to us, contact us. If you see where this boy might have been, where he's going, you know, other people that might have been in contact with him up until he went missing, please reach out to us. We will follow up on all those tips. We've had search parties with all these jurisdictional agencies yesterday, all through tonight, today, as we move forward with this process. And so, again, these arrests are just one step, but the ultimate goal will not change. We need to locate this child safely and bring him home as quickly as we possibly can. I'll field some more questions, but I'm going to have Chief say a few words too.
I just want to say real quick to everybody, we appreciate so much the efforts. As Hunter said, this has been a multi-jurisdictional effort. So between Chickasha Police, OSBI, Grady County, I believe Caddo County, OHP, and others, this has been quite an effort. Culminated last night with the two arrests that Hunter made mention of. The important thing is already this morning we're following up on at least two other tips as we speak. Here's what I need from everybody listening. This child will not be going back to that home. All we want to do is lay eyes on this child, get him the medical care that he needs, and assure him physically and emotionally he will not be returning back to that environment. So if anybody out there listening through media, through social media, through any source can bring him here, I will personally meet with this child. We want to get him safe, and we want to get him medically cleared so that he is good. Thank you.
And just so you know why they are stressing that, I'm going to show you one of the charges and what it means, and you can read it for yourself, because I'm not going to read the words out loud. Cynthia, it's more than scared. This child is terrified. And you will see why. This is one of the charges. Crime against nature. Like I said, I will let you read that. I'll take myself down. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. You've got to understand this child is probably more than likely beyond terrified. So that is, in my book, more than scared. Now we'll go back to the press conference, which I accidentally took down, but I will get us back there. Yes, it is sad.
All right. Questions?
Based on what you've learned, can
Yeah.
you talk about the environment he was living in and specifically the harm done?
Specifically, the harm done, we cannot go into that yet. It is still an ongoing investigation. Now, when this child is found, there will be the updates of what our findings are. So we will eventually go into that and when these charges are officially filed. But as of right now, specifics on that, we just can't go into that right now.
Do you believe that the parents have something to do with this little boy's disappearance?
We believe that the parents caused, like I said, harm. Now, this last time that the boy went missing, was it specifically because of the harm done to him by these parents? We're just not sure about that yet. That's why, that we're going to still dig into, what was going on at home during that time. So that's something that we will certainly still continue to look into as this moves forward. But it was very clear that it was not a safe environment for this child at home.
Had DHS been called to this home before?
We have been in contact with DHS. We can get that for you to double check on that. I would like to talk to them about that, though.
You went out to the property yesterday to interact with them. Can you kind of tell us, did you search the property? Is there anything that you guys found while you were out there, or was that just specifically just to apprehend them?
The property was searched, and like I said, we had followed up on multiple properties within the Grady County and Caddo County areas. But again, specifics that were found during our search warrant, just can't unveil that yet.
Can you describe the conditions of the home?
Probably not yet.
Can you speak to why the parents were charged with conspiracy and crimes against nature, the counts themselves?
Sure. It was child abuse and then child sexual abused. That was complaints to both parents. The conspiracy, of course, is because they were, together when these crimes did occur towards this child. And so that's what we have so far. Now, of course, when this reaches the DA, we'll see what charges are officially filed. But based on our conversation with the parents, that's what the OSBI, that's what our complaints for the arrests were made.
So what's on Caddo County's further booking, that is correct, then the crimes against nature and the conspiracy? Correct. Along with child abuse by?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And you say sexual abuse, do you have evidence that, or have they told you?
Again, not going into specifics, but based on what we were able to find in the conversations with those parents, yes, that's why those complaints were placed there, and that's why that's part of their arrest.
Was there any incident on that? Did they tell you what the incident was on Friday? There's been a few stories that have circulated around as far as what happened that Friday before he disappeared, but do you have any idea? We were able to unveil part of the story of what might have occurred before that boy went missing, but obviously it's going to be very important when we find and locate this child to find out a little bit more of what had occurred, up until that January 2nd date.
Any clue how long it might have been going on?
No, we're still looking into that, and an exact timeline of how long exactly, not sure. But we know that from the timeline that we do have and what was found, it was harm that was caused to this child.
Is it possible it could have happened the first time that he ran away?
Yeah, it is possible. We just haven't found that concrete that it had happened in those other times that he went missing.
Are there any other children in the home?
Chief? There was no, there was not.
You guys are obviously still continuing the search for this boy. What gives you, not necessarily the confidence, but what makes you guys think that he's still around this area? Is there searches going on in other counties or other parts of the state as you look for this boy?
Based on everything we've been able to find so far, we're talking about a 12-year-old boy who we believe was on foot. And so when you're talking about the last time that he was seen was in Chickasha here in town, of course, where the parents' residence was in Caddo County down by Cement. And so, you're talking about a rural area in between Caddo County and then here in Chickasha. But everything that we've been able to see so far, we do believe that he is somewhere in that area of these two counties.
The last sighting was at I'm assuming you're talking about the Quality Inn, or at least somewhere.
Yes, right.
Do you have evidence? Like, do we have him on video? Is that how we know he's confirmed that was his last sighting? Because I know there's been a lot of people saying that they've seen him in other places, and of course you guys have said you searched for them. But are those not true sightings, or can you elaborate on that?
You're talking about the last time that we had confirmed that he was seen. Yes, those are confirmed sightings that he was seen. I can't go into the specifics of what we had seen, but we were able to use the resources there in town of those nearby buildings to confirm that he was there at that time. And again, like we said, that was right down the street here. And so, Chickasha residents of Caddo, Grady County have done a great job of reaching out to us. We need them to continue to do that.
I guess, what's your next step moving forward from here?
Next step is these large searches will continue. I've told you, it's not just us and Chickasha Police Department, Grady County Sheriff's Office, Caddo County Sheriff's Office, District 6 Task Force. Everybody's still working around the clock. There's been, shift changes, obviously, but these comments that we get, whether it's social media, whether it's through our tip line, straight calls, we are following up on these. And so it's just a continuous, maybe seeing where he might have been, where he is going. But we will not stop until this child's found.
Are you using drones?
Yes, we're using everything necessary. Drones, dogs, everything that we get a tip on, we're using all those, the technology and resources to see where exactly this child might have been.
Are there volunteers that have come forward to help?
Yes. I can say that I actually got a call this morning. And so there are people that have helped, that are wanting to continue to help. And you guys know, not just here in the Grady County area, but throughout the entire state, we always have people step up and help with that. And we really appreciate it.
Where are you concentrating your search right now?
Just in those two county areas. So in between where that residence was down in Cement up until till Chickasha is where it's concentrated. Of course, if we get a tip, anything outside of these 2 counties, of course, we're going to look and we're going to use our resources, but that's where it's concentrated so far.
Do we think he's been staying outside, or do you think he's got some shelter somewhere?
We're just not sure. I mean, you would hope he's got shelter, but I mean, you know, guys, we've talked about this. I mean, this is multiple days now of a 12-year-old boy. I mean, it's to a point where he needs to be found as quickly as possible, because, you know, not knowing where he is, not knowing where he's staying, it's extremely scary.
Any chance an Amber Alert may be issued at some point, or are we beyond that? Or?
No, from what we've been able to gather, that will not. So we'll be able to continue to use what resources we have to push that out.
Not to drill into the ground, but have you gotten any hits like from using dogs, or have you seen anything on drones? Have you used thermal at all, or?
Yeah, we've used all that, but in terms of actual, like you call it, hits to see, no, we have not gotten that yet. But we're still using all of that.
What's your reaction to just what you've learned about what's happened to this boy in his home?
This is extremely sad. This is a horrific case so far for everybody involved. I mean, again, you're talking about a 12-year-old boy, where it was seen that he was, you know, living in a household where he didn't get to live a life of a normal 12-year-old boy. And so what we've discovered that he had to go through during this time, it's extremely sad. And now he's, you know, no one knows where he is. He's, you know, out on the streets, possibly. It's extremely sad, but again, we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that he is found safe.
That is very concerning. I did jump on Facebook, and there is something that popped up, and it's to do with the search. And the search happens to be at their property. What happened?
At the Design Studio by Mathis Home, we're proud to introduce the Becky Owens Home Collection. Inspired.
Lawmakers and members from the Trump administration are all watching the same video.
No. Where did it go? Well, they took it down. They must have took it down or something, because it was there. But what it was is the search is on a property near County Road 1410 North, County Road or County Street 2730. And the property is located near the town of Cement. The property is listed on social media as a horse training business. And this comes amid a search for missing Ryan R.J. Davis. KOCO 5 confirmed through court records that the property being searched Thursday was connected to the parents' family. A sign on the property also indicates it belongs to the Cole family. And officials were walking through the property, including a grassy field near railroad tracks. Which, of course, during the news conference, you know, they wasn't saying anything about it. But oh, I know. Aw. Cancer free. Is it Karen? I can't remember. You're welcome, though. Yeah, it's pissing me off too. And that's why I decided to pull up what that one charge was so you could read it for yourself what was going on. It is so sad. And then I had been watching another missing person, and Cynthia had sent it to me, so I will present her. Her name is Clara Comer. And I don't have much, but from what I can see and read, of course, on the rabbit holes of Facebook, this is a custody issue. So just keep that in mind. But she's not been seen since November. And she is only 3. And she's believed to be with her father. This is little Clara. And that must be her father. But I'll show him again. That's supposedly her father. And they had misreported it of who was listed as her paternal grandmother. She's actually the child's maternal grandmother. The Callaway Sheriff's Office is searching for a missing toddler believed to be with her father. The Sheriff's Office says it was late last month when court documents were issued granting sole legal and physical custody of 3-year-old Clara Comer to her paternal, which they mean maternal, grandmother, Jolene Garrett. A 14-day period had elapsed since the order was issued, and Clara had not yet been returned to Jolene. Therefore, Clara has been listed as a missing, and I don't know why it says juvenile. I guess I can understand it. The girl is believed to be with her father, Joshua Elliott, and they may be in the Tampa, Florida area. The court has expressed concern about Clara's welfare and authorized law enforcement to take appropriate action to retrieve her and return her to Jolene. However, no warrant has been issued in Elliott's case or arrest, and Clara does not fit the criteria for an Amber Alert. The Callaway County Sheriff's Office is working with partner agencies to find the child and ensure her safe return, and anyone with information about the whereabouts of Clara or Joshua is asked to contact the Callaway County Sheriff's Office or their local law enforcement agency. And there is her picture again. Oh, I guess I can blow it up a little bit. And then that's Joshua. I know that is such a sweet name, isn't it, Fancy? Hi, AJ. Yeah, she is beautiful. They didn't mention anything about her mother, Fancy. Yeah, hopefully Clara and Ryan both can be found safe and brought back home where they need to be. Well, for Ryan not home, but you understand what I mean. As the sheriff said, he will not be going back to that house. But thank you. I just wanted to talk about them, get them out there. And if you see something, say something, do something. And I appreciate each and every one of you for coming on and being here with me for a little while. Take care. Love you all. Bye.